Hello and welcome to my Map to Success Facebook Live. I'm Tina White and this is Brenton White. If you
Hi.
have not joined us before, we are really excited because we are going to be talking about create while you wait. And this is a subject that Brenton and I both are very passionate about. And so one of the things, we've been talking about lately with this pandemic and people being indoors and not being able to do the things that they normally do is, why you shouldn't just sit around. Why shouldn't you just sit down and watch television or just lounge? What is it, why is it so bad, to do those things? And don't get me wrong, Brenton and I both, we watch TV sometimes, it's a relaxing thing to do after you've had a long day. But that is not all we do. We have a lot of things going on, and we're going to be talking about those things and encouraging you as well. But one of the things I think we've really learned is it's bad for your health.
Yes.
And something that Brenton learned through his doctorate, sitting and writing. Kind of tell us about that.
It appears that sitting at the desk and writing for long hours does not make you more healthy. Now, I apologize to my professors. Nothing personal, but when you sit for long hours and you write, you tend to gain weight. You're also going to probably eat chips or candy or both on my account. When I was writing, I just had to stay at the desk. I had to be there. And I wrote a lot of pages in a very short amount of time. And that did cause me to be in bad shape. I was helping move something one day for someone, and I realized I really shouldn't be sweating carrying whatever that was. And so I've gone to the doctor. The doctor said, your blood pressure's a little higher than it should be. And so what I've been doing is I understand that setting is part of my day, but I'm also trying to exercise. So there is a article out there, and I do not know who wrote it, but you can look it up. It's called "Setting is the New Smoking," and it says that the more you set, the more health problems you're going to have. So I understand that some people have jobs where they sit all day, and especially now we're sitting on Zoom, but when you get those opportunities, get up, move, be able to move around, exercise. That's why sitting and watching TV is not great, because it's very passive. Sitting and watching TV is very passive. Standing and walking on the treadmill while watching TV, totally different. That's an active thing. Or pacing while you watch TV, that's different. But most people sit and they eat. And there's this very interesting study out there that says when you are doing something that's got your attention and you're eating, you never quite recognize how much you're consuming. You will always consume more if you're sitting and eating while watching TV than if you're just sitting and eating and talking to people. So that's my thing. It's bad for your health, I know, and I'm in the process of trying to reverse that. If you have to sit, it's okay, but now I don't have to sit every day, all day long and at night, and so I'm changing that.
Yeah. And it's so important, food-wise, not snacking like that, and exercise-wise. I think that the other thing is that, and this is something that Brenton and I both, even as young people, I think really had, and that was this fear of regret. We have just always, the one thing we've talked about is at the end of our life, are we going to have this regret? And so even when in our teens and our 20s, we thought, the one thing I don't want to end up is to be, older and to have all the regret that I haven't done something with my life. And during this time, coming home, we both have jobs that we can do from home, which is such a blessing because you don't stop, but But even at that, there are times where, you know, your job ends and it's 4 o'clock or whatever time. Although as a teacher, I think I work more now than I did in the classroom. But, you know, you say, okay, do I stop? Do I go and just do nothing? Or is there something else that I can do? At the end of this time at home, am I going to regret the time that I missed out to build my business, write my e-courses, do all the things that I want to do? And we're going to be talking about some of those things that we're doing in just a few minutes. But so regret is something that I fear, I think, most of all.
Me too. I want to do the best I can where I'm at with what I have. And when I was a young man, when I was in high school, I used to have this big sign that I posted over my bed. And I lived in an upstairs room, and the ceiling was like this. So when you wake up, you see this side of the ceiling, and it said, "To whom much is given, much is required." And I felt like God gave me a lot. Because I knew I had some God gave me some gifts that I could use, and I thought I need to use those to the best of my ability. The one thing I learned early is if I didn't have a gift in something, I could work on it, but if it still didn't develop, that wasn't my gift, and I can move on. There's certain things I do really well. I can sing. One thing I can't do is dance. And so, although I have performed on stage and danced, I did a minuet in La Nozze di Figaro, which is an opera by Mozart. I'm not a dancer. Somebody should get that on video, and they should post it, because that's my one and only performance. But what I understood is God gave me a talent to sing or to lead, and I need to develop those and work on those. So I want to make sure that I don't have regrets in the area where I'm gifted.
Absolutely. I know that, you know, I could draw, but it's not a passion. It's not something I sit down for hours like our daughter Snow. She can sit down and draw for hours.
Right.
And it just seems like, you know, it's endless for her. She just, hours go by and it's like minutes for her. And so that is something that she's passionate about. And she always says, "Mom, I think this is what I'm supposed to do." And I said, "I think so." Because, you know, she that's instilled in her. It's a passion. And so I think passion plays into that too, because you can be good at something but not be passionate about it. And so just make sure that you have that love that gets you up every single morning. I love my business. I love creating personal development. I love creating teaching for not just young minds, although I do. I love my pre-Kers, but I also love creating teaching material for personal development. So that's something that gets me up in the morning and makes me excited about my day. And so it has to be a passion. And, you know, during this time, something why you should be keeping going and creating while you're waiting, Texan and me, is because, first of all, you know, if you have a job right now and you're doing it from home, if you're not working on that job diligently, it could be job loss.
Yes.
I have specific things, and I have an awesome principal who gives us weekly teacher reports that we have to, you know, write out. And yeah, sometimes it's like, what am I 12? You know, like my checklist that my mom used to give me. But you know what? They really do help. So don't be so down on those checklists, because then it keeps you accountable for your time. And it shows you at the end of the week, I can look at my sheet and go, oh my goodness, look at all the stuff I've done. Or, oh my goodness, I need to pick up the pace. And then if you don't have a job, it can seriously hurt you getting a job either from home or after this is all over out in the work field.
Right. I think, for one, if you don't have a job, our thoughts and prayers go out to you. I really we're very lucky that our that education allows us to remotely educate students. But if you don't have a job, this is a great opportunity for you. There's so many things that you can do. You can reevaluate your life. You can say, is what I'm doing right now really what I want to do? You know, if it's what you love, great. You know, continue to work on it, learn some new skills during this time, and then go back even better. If it's something you hate, or you get up on Monday morning and you just dread it, now's a great opportunity for you to look at that and say, you know, what do I want to do?
Yeah.
Is this fulfilling? You know, if Monday morning is a dread, then you need to seriously look at it. That kind of leads me to my next point. There is a great book that I love, and it is by Dan Miller. And it's called 48 Days to the Work You Love. I know a new edition has come out, but maybe 10, 15 years ago, I read this book. And it's a great book because it talks about what do you want? It asks you questions, and you answer those questions, and it allows you the opportunity to decide where you want to go. And really, they say 48 days from the time you get the book and you start reading it, you can be in another job. And I know the pandemic has slowed that down a little bit, but you know, there are companies that are out there hiring. There's not a lot of companies out there hiring, but there are companies that are hiring. Also, you know, the pandemic, we hope it's less than 48 days. I was looking at it, and from the time that we closed, it's about 48 days. So maybe you get the book and you can have it delivered, because people will deliver books. Even half-price books, you can drive up and have them bring one out. Love that. There's a plug for half-price books. Love half-price books. You can get that book, and then maybe you read more. Maybe you get ahead of the schedule. If you're not working now, maybe you can read it in a weekend. It's not a hard read, but it's a great reflective book. I recommend it to anybody who's retiring as well, because they talk about a lot of people wait until they get to retirement age to do the job that they love. For me, I say, why wait? You need to love what you do. And so that's a great opportunity for you to go get that book, 48 Days to the Work You Love, Dan Miller. We might put a link to it on our site where you can go to Amazon and pick it up, or someplace. It's just a great book. And I think this is that time. This is that time. You, if you say, oh, well, I want to do, you know, I want to get into the medical profession. Okay, well, great. Then now is the time where you could say, okay, what's the first step? Can you just walk into the medical profession? Yes, you can. I know people that are hiring. You know, now it's you know, that's front line, but they are hiring, and you can get in. I know some places that are hiring, and they also are offering money for schooling, and so you could get in as an orderly and just work your way up. So there's those opportunities. If you don't like that, well, there's plenty of other things. Right now, there's a lot of free things online, and we will talk about that. So if you're out of a job, I'm sorry, and if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. And we're rooting for you, and you know, this too shall pass. So.
Yeah, and so what are you doing during this time? And that's a question that I think we all need to really ask ourselves right now. You know, besides everything you have to do at home, a lot of us have families. And even if you don't have your own family, you probably have a household to run with yourself and your home. And so, you know, you have responsibilities. But then what else are you doing? And so Brett and I are just going to take a few minutes just to kind of tell you some of the things that we're doing, so that this might give you some ideas on what you can do as well.
Okay, so I'm working full time, and the school district I'm running, one, I'm going to shout out to all the people that work for A+ charter schools. Oh my goodness, we stood up in a week a online platform for our kids to learn. I'm going to give a shout out to all the other ISDs and charter schools that are out there and private schools that have done the same. It's amazing work. Educators across the state have done a colossal amount of work in a short amount of time. So I'm working full time, and my full time now is a little bit more than normal. But when I'm not doing that, I'm also exercising every day. I've set a goal for 7,500 steps, which I think will make about 100 miles in April if I can stick to it. So that would be kind of cool, because I don't think I've walked 100 miles in any month ever. So far I'm doing pretty well, but it is only the 10th, so we'll see. I'm also shooting videos and putting them on my YouTube channel. I'm editing them. I'm posting them. Videos for my sons. You can find it Brenton White, or videos for my sons. I am currently trying during this pandemic to reach 500,000 views lifetime. I'm not a major YouTuber. I'm also trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I have less than 500 I need. And so I've been promoting that. I've been posting a lot of videos. I've been posting them to pages on Facebook, getting a lot of comments. I've noticed there's a lot of people online. So I'm trying to take advantage of the fact that people need content, and I'm posting content for them to see. I'm spending time with my family, having a lot of fun. My boys and my girl, and spending some time with them, and really talking to them about future and what they want to do and how they're preparing. Today I spent all day writing a journal article for publication in an educational journal. Based on my doctorate, I've been asked to write an article based on that. So that's pretty much what I've done today. I'm going to have to go and exercise after this, but pretty much all day. And so I'm getting really close. And I'm also working on I've got another opportunity, which I can't say, but another chance to get my brand out there. The second day we were down, I did a story for the day for Choice Media, and that was a great chance for me to be on Instagram and Twitter. So during this time when things are not happening, I'm taking advantage of the opportunities that I'm getting, and I'm trying to brand myself, brand the school, promote everything. When people want to watch stuff on YouTube, I want to give them things to watch. And so I see this as a great opportunity, and those people who see this as a great opportunity are going to make the best of it, and those who don't won't. I am getting a few things done around the house, not as much as I'd like to, but
his honey to-do list.
we are excited because this is a long weekend for us, and so I might get more stuff done. Right. But I'm staying busy. Every night when I go to sleep, I'm tired. We do watch TV too, but here's the deal: we don't watch like show after show after show after show after show after show after show. For us, it's more like, hey, it's 9 o'clock. Let's relax before we go to sleep at 10 or 11. It's more of a downtime, but it's not endless hours of mindless TV watching. We also tend to watch things that are educational. So that's what I'm doing with the time. Tina?
Yes. So of course I am still teaching online. So I've kind of averaged my hours now, and there for a while, for the first couple weeks, maybe 30 weeks, I was working about 16 hours a day, trying to build everything. We're cutting back on that a little bit, and thank goodness, because I can breathe. And my kids are coming along, and we're really excited. I'm going to give a shout out because I'm from Trinity Basin Preparatory Charter School, and my awesome principal, Angela Humphrey, who has done a fabulous job keeping us in check and keeping us going. But so I've actually created two different learning platforms, or designed two different learning platforms for my pre-K students during this time. One on Google Classroom and one now on Canvas. I have kept in constant contact with my students. They've been on iStation, and I have to track those minutes. And then also, I've been building the business, the My Map to Success business and brand, which I'm really excited about. And I have been really working on writing my books, and I'm creating some e-courses for My Map to Success, which I am really, really excited about. I am working on for the next few months, so they should be coming out really, really soon. And then I am actually, and I've been trying to figure out how am I going to say this. I am reorganizing my organizing and planning. I'm taking my organizing and planning for, my job, my home, and everything, and I'm redesigning it, I guess you would say. And I'm creating my own little design of how I plan best. So I love color coordination, and I actually have a picture of how I'm doing this. I'll have to put it up on Facebook so you guys can see it. It's funny because I'm using Brenton's computer as a little board, so I tape my little things up. He's like, "What are you doing to my computer?" And it's like my little board, but it's color coordinated. And then I am now up live on YouTube as well. And he's been bugging me forever to get on YouTube. And so I have 4 teaching videos on YouTube, 5 teaching videos on YouTube. Right. 5 teaching videos.
Go there. It might be 6 by the time we're done.
And I have 1 personal development video on YouTube, but the others will be coming very, very soon. Actually, yesterday was my first time doing the personal development one, so I was really excited about that. And then I am uploading those also into my blog, so I'm embedding them into my blog, and I'm also embedding them into my Canvas learning platform for my kids. So I am a very busy woman. And I'm a doctoral student, so I have a final due on Monday. So I'm also doing that. Brenton?
Yeah.
No, I just kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the things that we're doing, and of course we also, as many of you know, we have a family. We have 3 kids that range from 10 to 20. So it's been interesting. We have 2 that are homeschooled here right now while we're in this. Usually they go to school, but to A+ Academy charter schools. But right now they are here. So we're trying to keep track of them and do all the work we have to do. So things you can create while you wait. And I think that we wanted to talk about one of the things is visual and performing artists. Those of you who create that way, we have a family full of them.
Yes. Okay, so I've been a performing artist. I have been singing since I was 4 or 5. So that's been a couple of years. And so when I got older, I started painting. So I also paint, and so I pretty much dabbled in every type of performing arts. Remember the dancing? I did one. I did one. That was enough for me to know, no, I never want to do that again. So, but maybe so, but love visual arts. This is a great time for visual and performing arts. I mean, it may just be you. We have an artist. Our daughter is an artist, and she's drawing every day, and we're talking to her about different things that she can do, different projects, and we're trying to tell her, take advantage of this time. This is a great time for you to be able to work. It's not happening now in the background, but today while we were working, we hear our sons taking turns singing different songs. Our two sons, 10 and 15, they sing all the time.
Constantly.
The 15-year-old is also an actor, so he comes out of his room. He may be a different character. He may be singing. I mean, he's really good at it. He won an award. He won an All-Star Cast Award this year, so he's really good at acting and singing.
He may also be playing an instrument.
Oh, yeah.
Like a fiddle.
Or bagpipes, or the piano, or the guitar. Very eclectic. But my son and my older son, younger son, and my daughter are taking advantage of this. My son is practicing the song. And a good thing he's good, because he's practicing it over and over and over and over and over. And
just to say, this is the 10-year-old, not the 15-year-old
Yeah.
that's already doing this. Now the 10-year-old's taking it up, and he is singing these songs constantly.
So today, they were both in there singing together, so I had to go in there and sing with them, and then they look at me like, "Dad, stop! You're stepping on you're raining on my parade." So, but this is a great time. I mean, if you're a singer, oh my goodness, when else do you get practice time? I remember when I was studying music, every night at 8 or 9, I go to the practice room and practice till midnight, and I love getting 3 hours of practice in. But they kick us out at midnight. What's great is now is a great time. Take that time, perfect your craft. The law of 10,000 hours. They said if you'll spend 10,000 hours on anything, you can become an expert. And or if you read 50 books on anything, you become an expert. Well, there's a lot of hours in this time, so take advantage of that. You should, if you're a visual artist, have tons of work done. And I used to have a friend, Robert Taylor, and he would come over to my house and he would say, "Oh, we got to paint. Oh, I don't have any canvas." And then he would stretch canvas and he would use a sheet or read. He was so creative. There's things you can paint. You don't have to always have supplies. You can be creative, and so there's lots of help online. Luckily, we have Google now.
Yeah.
Take advantage of that.
Back then.
Writing opportunities. Oh my goodness, you can go online and find guest blog posts. Like I'm, writing my thing to be published, and published. When you publish things, that goes under your name, and then that just pushes your brand. And sometimes you can get paid for writing a review or whatnot. There's a lot of paying gigs out there. If you're not a good writer, now's the time and opportunity to perfect that. Editorial services.
Yeah, this is a time, any time that people who are writing books, I know doctoral students, are always needing editorial services. During Brenton's dissertation, I watched because I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I watched him go back and forth with his editor, and just getting that, and it was all online. So right now, if there's people out there that need someone to edit things for them, even businesses or home businesses that need letters going out, but they're like, I'm not a writer.
Right.
If you're a writer, that is something. Now, I tend to be more of a writer, but it's actually, editing is not something I love. Even my own papers, to tell you the truth, I get higher grades if I edit my own papers. But it's something that is so needed. So if that's something you want to do, building a business right now, especially an online business, is a huge thing, and a lot of people are getting into it. And so, it's like what I'm doing. Of course, mine was already established, and I have been working on this actually for more than even. I think I really realized this. My map to success has been coming into creation since I think we really met, because of all the things we've gone through, we've put into it. But it's the time. It can be an established business, like something that is multi-level business. It can be something that you create. Snow is doing a lot of things. She's doing artwork, and she does, you were talking about art and stretching the canvas and all that, and sometimes you don't have the materials. She was asking us the other day, we were going out, because she always asks us when we go out, are you going to Starbucks? Because we always come back and she's like, really, you didn't take me? I was like, I'm not going to tell her because she's going to be so upset. And I said, I don't know. And so I wasn't going to tell her. I didn't lie. I said, I'm not going to tell you where we're going. And she goes, well, if you go to Starbucks, can you bring me the cup back? Because she was doing a project with the cup and she was making artwork out of the cup that she saw something on YouTube that she wanted to do. So, that's something. So you can create your own business with your art. There's places like Etsy that you can put your artwork on, Pinterest, and so many other places that you can sell your stuff.
Yeah, I saw a thing the other day about a t-shirt company who is looking for designs. So there's so many things out there that you can do and don't require a whole lot of money invested. So build that business. Here's the key. You got to love it. If it's something you don't love or you sort of kind of like it, then no. I shoot videos. I love shooting videos.
Yes, he does.
Oh my goodness. My wife says that I am the only person who likes to come to a train track and hope a train comes across that I can shoot it. Now, that being said, I'm approaching 2,500 different videos that I currently have online. 2,500.
Yep.
And what's amazing is I shot each one at a time. I also shot them after long classes, doctoral classes. We had 8-hour classes, and I would leave some time, and my neck would be hurting. And then I would go out and find something to shoot, and then guess what? My headache would go away. So it's a little bit of therapy. So
it was kind of funny because the other day I had to go to work, and I went up there to bag up some supplies for my students that they were going to give out on Monday. And so afterwards, there was a lot going on. I had a busy schedule, and I was just like, my head hurt, I was tense, and we were driving home, and I had gotten a phone call from a friend, so I called her back on the way home, and as I was talking to her, he was stopping along all these ways, filming all these bridges, almost fell, and I thought I was going to have to call 911 on one of them. He was okay with that. He was just excited about the bridge.
Yeah.
But I think he filmed like 5 or 6 places, while I was talking on the phone.
I actually got 16 videos that day. And those videos.
16. See, I was talking on the phone. I was doing what I love.
Here's the good part. I've been posting 3 videos a day for the last 5 or 6 days, and I even have videos for today and tomorrow. And so tomorrow I'll have to go out and shoot some videos. But I try to keep something on a regular basis coming out, and there's some great videos. And yes, you can go watch videos for my sons to see which one I fell in. It was very interesting.
It was funny.
That happens, but I wasn't hurt, so it's kind of funny.
It was. After I knew he wasn't hurt, I did laugh.
Yes, yeah, I did too. So anyway, that's the thing. There's also technology. I mean, if you're great with technology, oh my goodness, people need help with technology.
Right now.
Tech support, people need tech support. I'm good with technology, and I even get tech support calls. Not from my school, but other people called me and said, hey, can you do this? Can you do that? It's a skill that I learned in high school, and I have utilized ever since. If you're good with it, you can do that full time. And if you're good with it, you can go online and you can study for other, you can get certifications. Like one of my board members just finished his a bachelor's in IT, and I know that will help him. But I've watched him study, and he studied in good times and bad times. So think he's going to utilize that. You can make money in IT because it's not going away. So,
no, and I'm going to tell you, as a teacher, I needed all that tech support. I mean, and there were times when he wasn't available if he was in meetings and stuff and I had tech issues, I needed someone right then. And if I had an extra person, well, usually I did. My awesome instructional assistant is really good with technology. So I would say, Miss Ortega, can you help me? And she would help. But it is fabulous because, us teachers, there's a lot of teachers that know technology. There's a lot that don't. So we're always needing help.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, teaching, and that's not just in a K through 12 setting or even in a college setting, but just whatever you are an expert in. Like I'm creating an e-course.
Right.
You can create an e-course on whatever.
Right.
They have e-courses on art. They have e-courses on cooking. They have e-courses on drawing. They have, which is art, on how to fix a computer or how to clean a house. I need that one. Or actually, mine is not how to clean the house, but how to keep it clean.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one I need, the maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
Or, just anything that you are superb at, writing, putting books together.
If you've gone through an experience such as a doctorate degree, you can walk people through. That's one of the things I've thought about doing and I'm interested in doing is helping people write your dissertation in a short amount of time and not die in the process. That should be the book title, right?
Right. Be a great book.
Like I tell people, I wrote pretty much all of my dissertation in about 8 months. And my dissertation was done as 226 pages, so wasn't a small thing. Not a writer, I just did it, and so I learned what I needed to know, and I got that DR by my name, which is cool. And but I can teach people how to do that, how to walk through that, how to really set those goals, how to meet those goals. And how to keep going when you're not motivated. Okay, I never really had a day when I didn't feel like it. I figured out how to do it, and so and I tend to have ADHD. So how to write and still have ADHD? You can do it. I think it's a blessing to have ADHD, and some people think it's not, but you have to play to that. You have to know. So if you know something and you can do something that other people can't do, and a lot of times when you look at it, you go, it's not that big of a deal. But other people say, oh yeah, I don't know how to do that. If there's something that seems very easy to you, that other people are always asking you for advice on, that might be what you need to teach. So anyway.
Absolutely. So this is also a great time for education. Education is vital. And I am not just talking about expensive $100,000 degrees. I'm talking about education that you get from books and from self-learning and from, there's videos, there's YouTube, there's Audibles. We probably have gotten more education from Audibles than we have from anything else because we literally, I'm fortunate in this. I do have a 40-minute drive to and from work every day. So when I get in the car and I've got a book that I need to, listen to for a class or something that I want to learn, if it's an educational book and I want to learn it for my class, for the class I'm teaching, then I just get in my car and I listen to it all the way there and all the way back, and it's done in a few days. So that's been my big YouTube videos have also been. I've learned a lot. I have my bachelor's is in business, but I've learned a lot, probably more about business from YouTube recently than I did. Don't tell my professors that, but from recently. So I think that's a huge thing. Books, he talked about half-price books. Oh my goodness, you can get all kinds of books, any kind of book that you want, and it's half the price. So, go there. You can even call them and say, hey, do you have this book?
And if they don't have them in your state, they'll ship them to you.
Yeah.
So there's half price online. There's Amazon. There's so many different ways to get books. I don't know. Before this, we went to the library, and you can check them out for free. I'm sure that you can have there's different things. Check with your library and see what they're doing. It's a great way to learn. I tell people that during the last 4 years, I got my degree. I wrote my dissertation, and I consumed 85 different books. I will tell you that a lot of those were on Audible or audiobooks, because when I was traveling, I was listening to a book, or when I was going somewhere, I was listening to a book. And sometimes when I'm cleaning or doing something around the house, I will put my headphones in and I'll listen. Those are opportunities. I don't listen to a lot of music. I try to learn. So those are opportunities. Remember, I said if you read 50 books or acquire the knowledge from 50 books, you can be an expert. So I tried to consume 50 leadership books, and maybe someday we'll give you our favorites. So that'll be a different episode. So anyway.
Yeah, and there's a lot of online education that isn't expensive. You can even do some free trial run education online. So just Google education, whatever you want to do, whatever you're interested in, and things will pop up, and you can do it that way. So one of the things, concerning why you shouldn't just sit around during this pandemic is because of Newton's first law. Newton's first law states that if a body is at rest or moving at a constant speed in a straight line, it will remain at rest or keep moving in a straight line at a constant speed unless it is acted upon by a force. So if you get up and you move and you're doing something, and I just completed a blog, it'll come out tomorrow at mymaptosuccess.com. It is on, take it one step at a time. And the thing about, sometimes that's all we have. I've been very open about my chronic pain. And sometimes, I get up in the morning and one step is all I can take out of it. But once I get up, I can take another step, and then I can take another step, and I can get moving. And then I get to my desk, I get my cup of coffee, I've got my breakfast, and then I can sit down and I can start planning. And once I start planning, I've got this motion going. And once the motion's going, I don't stop. And so that's what we have to do. We have to continue that motion. And if we continue the motion, there's no stopping us. But if we get up or we don't get up and we don't continue that motion, there's no momentum. You're not going to advance anywhere. And as I say in the blog tomorrow, just a little peek, that's how we get to the top.
Yeah, I don't know if it's Nietzsche, and if I quote this wrong, please forgive me, but it says the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. And a lot of times, or how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And so what's amazing is my dissertation, I told you it was 226 pages, a number that will be burned into my mind forever. People say, well, how'd you write that? And did you write, how many chapters? And there's 5. And then they said, well, did you write a chapter at a time? No, I didn't write a chapter at a time. Well, did you write a page at a time? No, I really didn't write a page at a time. And not even a paragraph at a time, or not even a sentence. Amazingly, I wrote one word at a time. And then I wrote another word, and then I wrote another word. And I believe the word count is like 52,000 words. And what's great is when you do these, you're going to edit. So I wrote more than 52,000 words. That's just what wound up on the final draft after Dr. Lee and Dr. Watts. Love you guys to death. After they edited and got rid of my stuff, or my editor, Kathy Wheeler, they had to do it to make it better. But I wrote one word at a time. I don't know how many total words. I don't know even how to count that. But I would just sit down and write as much as I could. And I think that's what's important. Doing what you can where you're at with what you have. And, in this exercise, when I started exercising this last couple of weeks, the first steps were hard. But the next step got easier. And now I'm kind of saying, ooh, I can't wait, after this I'm going to go exercise. And I'll probably working out for about an hour. And my body is like, ooh, I like that. And, will I be sore? Yes, because everyone's sore. But, it's worth it. Anything worth doing is worth doing well. And I find very few people who do nothing who become very successful at it. Most people who are successful are working hard every day. And so there's just that opportunity.
Yeah, so what is the best time to start creating? Well, of course, the best time to start creating was at the beginning of this crisis. Mm-hmm. When we first started, 4 or 5 weeks ago?
It was about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. I think for me it was 4. But so when now is the best time, Brenton?
Now. Okay, so it's like they say, if you want to sit in the shade of a tree, an oak tree, and read a book, the best time to plant it was 20 years ago. And what if you didn't plant it? Well, the best time is to plant it now. So if you haven't planted that tree or you haven't done something, a lot of people have regret and whatnot, but if you have regret, it's just because you haven't taken action. So if you have been less than mobile, how's that, or creative during these times, just say, okay, I needed that downtime, because everybody needs some downtime. But get up and get moving. Start doing something. Start with something you love. Don't say, oh, I'm going to get mobile, I'm going to wash dishes. Unless you really like to wash dishes. Do something that you love. That's why I find that when I go out and shoot videos, I walk a lot. And it's amazing how mobile I am, not even noticing, because I am focused on what's going on with the camera. And like I tell people, that's my mind is on that. It's something I like to do. So if you haven't been creative, now's the time. Start today. If there's something we can help you with, let us know. We really want to make sure that people are, when they're done with this, because this too will pass, that you have made the most of the day, because the time is short. So so what my map to success is doing is we're having daily vlogs on website and social media. So the website is www.mymaptosuccess.com. Facebook, www.facebook.com/mymondaymaptosuccess. Twitter, Tina M. White. LinkedIn is Tina White. And then we're doing vlogs on YouTube and embedded in some of the blogs that are coming up. So be watching for those. Weekly Facebook Live on Fridays at 8 p.m. Central.
Mrs. W's teaching videos on YouTube. My Map to Success e-courses are coming soon, and videos from my sons posted daily on YouTube. Right.
Multiple. I post at 8 and noon and 4. And so I really am looking for, you want to help me out? I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm at like 532. And I'm also trying to get to 500,000 views lifetime. Some people post a video and they get 500,000 views in an hour. I'm not quite there. Maybe someday. but I am at 488,000 views, and I get somewhere between 300 and 500 views a day. It's really cool that someone watches my stuff 300 to 500 times a day. Also, you're hearing our dog. Our dog is quarantined with us, and she is not happy about whatever's going on outside. Also, you may have heard the door jingle. That was probably one of our kids trying to get in. So.
Yeah, and we are going to actually, our keynotes that we have here, we're going to actually post them on My Map to Success, so those will be available to you. If you have any questions, please tell us, ask us anything, or if you have anything that you're doing, please share that with us, because we would love to hear from you.
Okay, we see some people, your videos are entertaining. Thank you so much. And Sue Kim, Tammy Esposito. Hey, it's great to see both of you. Great ideas. Thank you. And Sue Kim is looking forward to the e-courses. Thank you so much.
And we will let you know about those e-courses, Sue, I promise.
Yeah, they'll be coming soon. You know, and the thing about it is, if you are, our kids are trying to get in.
The door.
You know, I almost said it earlier. When our kids were young, we childproofed our house, but they got in anyway. No, it's a terrible joke, but we love our kids, and but it's for those of you who have your kids all the time now, you know, we're with you. Love our kids for most of the day. Every once in a while they can be fun, but I wouldn't trade them. Anyway, so thank you for watching, and glad you like that. We've got some things coming your way, and share this with people. You know, all we're trying to do is provide some content that will help. Notice this is free, you know, and so we're just trying to give back, because a lot of people have helped us get to where we're at. And we just want to be good stewards of that. So that's all I have.
Yeah.
You have anything else?
I just want to thank you so much for being here, and just make sure that you hit like and share.
Subscribe.
Please share. We love you all, and we hope that you have a great 3-day weekend. At least that is what it is for us, and a great holiday weekend.
Right.
So.
Right. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
And we're all in this together. And
That's right.
If you have any questions, you can comment there, or you can message us, and we'll do our best to answer your questions. Hope you have a great night, and we appreciate you tuning in for us, and look forward to joining you next Friday night at 8 o'clock. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.